If you're here, then I feel like there are messages for you that you need to hear. So I'm going to tell you exactly what I'm seeing, and if you scroll away, then I guess you'll never know what the universe had in store for you to know about your life. So let's take a look and see what you need to know. So, God, okay. You have been dealing with someone who has said one thing and done another. This person has been quite emotionally manipulative, quite emotionally all over the place, very hot and cold in terms of their behavior towards you. And it has been really hard to figure this person out because they have caused you a lot of stress. Okay, you've been trying to figure out why they've been doing certain things, why they've been hot and cold, why they have treated you really nicely one second and then the next second completely discarding you or disregarding your thoughts, emotions and feelings. They may have pulled away from you very suddenly, whereas they were doing a lot towards you at one point. So especially with the Nine of Swords, there's this real sense here of feeling disregarded, abandoned, confused, lost, and just feeling really overwhelmed and really, really sad. And you just never thought you would feel this way because you always thought that this person was going to do more towards you and be quite consistent and caring and understanding. But with the Three of Cups, we do see a very powerful energy here of this person almost prioritizing superficial people, superficial connections, and not really understanding emotional depth and emotional connection. So this person has treated you really badly because they are just very used to being around superficial people. And when I say superficial, I mean people that don't really have a lot of sort of depth to themselves emotionally. They don't really talk about emotional things. They don't really care about each other. They just like surface level conversations, surface level humor, okay, surface level things. There's not really, a sense of someone talking about very deep things or, talking about feelings and emotions. That's the kind of stuff that they run away from and they're not used to that. So this is who you were dealing with, which is so sad. And this person then left you, they abandoned you, they just disappeared like nothing ever happened. And it has been sad and overwhelming and frustrating, and you've literally thought to yourself, like, how could they do this to me? How could they treat me so badly? How could they treat me so poorly? How could they be like this to me? And why? Why would they do this to me? Why would they treat me like this? Why could they do this? And it has been so frustrating and challenging and upsetting to understand that they did this to you when you never deserved to be treated like this, right? So that's what I see. You expected so much better. You expected this person to be stable and grounded and to provide stability and security, whether this was someone romantic that you were dealing with, a co-worker, a friend, a family member, whoever you were dealing with, you really expected them to kind of treat you like family, not just disregard you or discard you one second and treat you nicely the next. You've really seen kind of the polar opposites in regards to how they've treated you, and it has been aggravating. It's been so aggravating for you. Okay, so the most annoying thing I would say about this is that this person is definitely emotionally unavailable, okay? This person has not got the level of emotional intelligence that you have. They haven't got the emotional availability as you have. They haven't got the emotional understanding as you have. This person is very all over the place. They are just completely all over the place, to be honest, and they don't always know what they are doing, and they get confused, they get overwhelmed, they get stressed, they don't know how to handle things, they don't know what to do, they don't know how to go about things, and that is just their emotional aspect, okay? Now, because of that, they really didn't, anytime you would bring up something quite emotional, they would get quite overwhelmed by it, and they would sort of freeze and not really say much, not really do much. And if at any point this resonates with you, please like this video, comment down below, this is not my fault, and like the video, okay? Because it's important to know that this really isn't your fault. This is their emotion that stems from themselves, and the way that they treated you is not a reflection of themselves. It's truly not a reflection of themselves. So we've got here the Nine of Pentacles, and we also have here as well the Page of Cups. Now, what's very important to understand here is that They expected very surface level stuff from you. The minute things started to become deeper and stronger in terms of the depth that the connection was going to, they started to panic, they started to get overwhelmed because they've not dealt with that level of depth before. So then they started to pull away, and that's made you feel very sort of left out and left out in the cold. Okay, so the more you care about the fact that they're not doing something towards you, the more they feel your spiritual energy, okay, stronger. There you go, with the Strength card. They feel your energy stronger, and they start to pull away more and more because they can feel your energy more and more and more. So the more you are frustrated with them, okay, even with your thoughts that, oh my God, you treated me like this, they can feel your energy, which makes them pull away more and more and more. If you tell them, I didn't like how you did this and you did this again, they are overwhelmed by that level of depth, okay? They pull away more and more and more. The more you kind of just think to yourself, you know what, this is their problem. This is what they're doing. I'm not going to argue with them because they're obviously just not going to listen. They're just going to pull away more and more and more and more and more and more and more. They start to realize things. The more, it's going to sound really strange when I say this, but the more you kind of don't argue with them, you don't tell them, you don't try to make them understand what they've done. When you don't try to make them understand what they've done, they will actually realize what they've done because they don't have your energy to such a degree, okay? And when they don't have your energy, they actually become triggered thinking, why is nothing happening between us? Why are you not here? Why is nothing going on? Why is nothing, they start to feel really triggered that nothing is actually taking place, nothing's actually happening, and that will trigger them to come forward towards you. You will be in their feels. But the more you are telling them, I can't believe you did this and you did that, and you are constantly thinking and frustrated and irritated by what they did, and the more you are held hostage by that, they will just go backwards. They will do this, literally, until they're not in the picture anymore. But the more you kind of don't really care and you understand that that's on them, that's their behavior, that's truly them, the more you will shine, the more you will glow, and the more they will think to themselves, oh my God, I treated you really badly. Look at that, the sun. The sun has come out at the perfect time because you are going to shine, okay? The less you do, the more they understand. Really, really, really. And then their tricks don't work, right? Like, they start to realize that nothing is actually bothering you. The minute they know that them pulling away is bothering you, they'll just continue to do it more, okay? But the minute they know that, you know what, you're strong, you're emotional, but you're strong, and that you don't care too much about the fact that they're pulling away, they will actually start to be triggered by it, and they will start to actually then realize what they are doing towards you. So basically, it's reverse psychology, I guess, in many ways, right? Is that what they call it, reverse psychology? But it's exactly what's happening in this situation. Literally in this situation. The stronger you are within yourself, the less bothered you are by them and their behavior, and you tell yourself, this is on them, like how they've treated me is truly their is a reflection of themselves. The more they will feel triggered to actually come forward and do something towards you. They will actually, you're breaking the cycle by doing that. Right now, because they're not treating you well, the more you feel like you need to go to them and explain their behavior to them, you're just inviting a tower moment, which isn't going to make you feel good. It's not going to make them feel good. It's not going to help anything. The best way, okay, to really trigger emotionally available people is to just leave them at the level that they are at. You don't need to explain anything. You don't need to tell them anything. That tells them everything. They then start to realize what they have done and what they are doing, okay? I do also have lots of rituals on my website as well. If anyone is ever interested, there's rituals for love, money, marriage, career, success, beauty, justice, healing, black magic removal, protection, etc. There's manifest your specific person, express their feelings to you, break no contact, support and consistency from your person, protect your connection, etc. There's also bracelets, necklaces, anklets, pom-poms, tassels, candles, sage bundles, teas, and so much more. And these are the embroidery cards which you can put around you. Everything's on shopmoonlightguidance.com, link down below. And of course, there's personal readings as well if you ever wanted me to do a reading for the questions that you have. the less you care, okay? And the more you stay in the energy of the King of Pentacles, where you are just confident and proud within yourself, you know you've done nothing wrong, the more this person sees you like that. And also they start to realize that they actually treated you very, very poorly. The minute you try to show them what they've done, they become very defensive. You are dealing with someone who tends to get defensive very quickly, and you will know. You'll know the minute I said that, you'll just be like, yeah, they do get defensive very quickly, Moonlight. You just know. You just know, okay? You cannot win with defensive people by making them see what they've done, because they just get more defensive, okay? You win with defensive people and emotionally available people by just leaving them where they are energetically, which isn't playing a game. It's just letting things be. That then makes them realize what they've done, because they actually have to think about what they've done. If you're doing all the thinking for them, they never have to do any thinking. Let them do the thinking they need to do. This is very important. So leave them where they are, and they will realize what they've done. They'll realize that their tricks, their games, and their nonsense does not work on you anymore. It triggers them to realize what they have to do and how they have to come forward, because I do believe that they will. This is your reading, okay? And also I do have TikTok and Instagram. I post short readings on there every day. Moonlight.guidance on Instagram and Moonlight Guidance on TikTok. Everything's linked down below. Check it out if you're interested, and I'll see you all very soon. Bye.